Ki Gaura Premanande Hari. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to Sri Guru and Gauranga. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. So, today we are supposed to speak the topic Gītāmṛta, but regular Bhagavatam class also should continue. So we will recite the verse. Is written text number 4 on the board. Shri Mahadeva Vacha. Okay, so we can read this, then we will go back. Okay. You have book? No book, huh? Can you give me book here? Wow. Okay, so Sri Mahadeva Vacha Devadeva Jagadvyapi Jagadisha Jaganmaya Sarveshamapi Bhavanam Tvamatma Heturishvaraha Sri Mahadeva Vacha Devadeva Jagadvyapi Jagadisha Jaganmaya Sarveshamapi Bhavanam Tvamatma Heturishvaraha Sri Mahadeva Vacha Devadeva Jagadvyapi Jagadisha Jaganmaya Sarveshamapi Bhavanam Tvamatma Heturishvaraha. Please repeat. Sri Mahadeva Vacha Devadeva Jagadvyapi Jagadisha Jaganmaya Sarveshamapi Bhavanam Tvamatma Heturishvara. Sri Mahadeva Vacha Devadeva Jagadvyapi Vaishnavis. Sri Mahadeva Vacha Sarveshamapi Bhavanam Sri Mahadeva Vacha Devadeva Jagadvyapi Jagadisha Jagadisha Jagadmaya Sarveshamapi Bhavanam Tvamatma Heturishvara. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada ki. Translation. Lord Mahadeva said, O chief demigod among the demigods, O all-pervading Lord, Master of the universe, by your energy you are transformed into the creation. You are the root and efficient cause of everything. You are not material. Indeed, you are the supersoul or supreme living force of everything. Therefore, you are Parameshwara, the supreme controller of all controllers. Purport. The Supreme Personality of Godhead Vishnu resides within the material world as the Sattva-guna avatar. Lord Shiva is the Tamaguna avatar, and Lord Brahma is the Rajoguna avatar. But although Lord Vishnu is among them, he is not in the same category. Lord Vishnu is Deva Deva, the chief of all the demigods. Since Lord Shiva is in this material world, the energy of the Supreme Lord Vishnu includes Lord Shiva. Lord Vishnu is therefore called Jagadvyapi, the all-pervading Lord. Lord Shiva is sometimes called Maheshwara, and so people think that Lord Shiva is everything. But here Lord Shiva addresses Lord Vishnu as Jagad Isha, the master of the universe. Lord Shiva is sometimes called Vishweswara, but here he addresses Lord Vishnu as Jaganmaya, indicating that even Vishweswara is under Lord Vishnu's control. Lord Vishnu is the master of the spiritual world, yet he controls the material world also, as stated in Bhagavad Gita, Maya Dhyakshena Prakriti Swayati Sacharacharam. Lord Brahma and Lord Shiva are also sometimes called Ishvara, but the supreme Ishvara is Lord Vishnu, Lord Krishna. As stated in Brahma Samhita, Ishvara Paramaha Krishna. The Supreme Lord is Krishna, Lord Vishnu. Everything in existence works in proper order because of Lord Vishnu. Andantarastha Paramanu Chayantarastham. Even Paramanu, the small atoms, work because of Lord Vishnu's presence within them. So, this is the conclusion of the description about Mohini Murti, started with chapter 5. Now we are concluding in this chapter. So previously we have heard how when the demigods and demons, they were engaged in churning the ocean, the nectar appeared from the churning, and Lord wanted to give nectar to the demigods, not to the demons. Therefore, he appeared as Mohini Murti, and he allured all the demons and he distributed nectar to the demigods. So demons were deprived. They didn't get even a single drop. Huh? They are very unhappy. What is this? She cheated us. Huh? They became very angry. And then there was a big fight between demons and the demigods. Of course, right? Both of them, they were working together to get the nectar, and one party got the nectar, other party didn't get. Of course, they're going to fight, especially demons. So there's a big fight, and then finally, demigods defeated the demons. Many of the demons were, they were killed, and some of them were injured, some of them fell unconscious, like Bali Maharaj fell unconscious, and by the by giving Sanjivani to Bali Maharaj by Shukracharya, he came back to life. And also those demons who were, still alive, but some of their body limbs were cut off, they all came back to their life. And they were defeated, they just left. And then demigods, they went to the heaven, they enjoyed their kingdom. Then all on a sudden, a new section begins. So sometimes it's quite, questionable. Why again this discussion is going on about Mohini Murti builders, Lord Shiva? What is it? So Sukadeva Goswami is very nicely describing this pastime. Sridhar Swami, he says, Amuihan na sura Vishnu mayana tadadbhutam. Vishnu Maya, Lord Vishnu, he appeared as Mohini Murti out of his Maya. And what did he do? Mohoyan. He bewildered the Asuras, the demons. And not only he bewildered the demons, Tad Adbhutam, that wonderful pastime of Lord as Mohini Murti, how she, Lord in form of Mohini Murti, bewildered the demons. Not only that, rather, iti bhaktum mahadeva mohoyam pavarnyate. That Mohini Murti was also even enchanting to Lord Shiva. Lord Shiva got bewildered also. Not only the demons are bewildered. So to describe that, how come demons were kind of, they were bewildered, that is understood. How come Lord Shiva got bewildered? But anyway, even if bhava sammoho yamasa hari puna santvayat. Punah asantvayat. Even the Lord Shiva, he was bewildered, but again, Hari, the Supreme Lord, he actually brought him back to his consciousness. So, the discussion is, okay, here Sukadeva Goswami says, first two verses I will read the translation. Sukadeva Goswami said, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Hari, in the form of a woman, captivated the demons and enabled the demigods to drink the nectar. After hearing of these pastimes, Lord Shiva, who is carried by a bull, went to the place where Madhusudana, the Lord, resides, accompanied by his wife Uma, and surrounded by his companions. The ghosts, Lord Shiva, went there to see the Lord's form as a woman. So, here the pastime is when Lord appeared as Mohini Murti and he made demigod drink the nectar. So this pastime, this news spread everywhere. So Lord Shiva, when he heard this, he said, okay, I also want to see what a beautiful form Lord assumed to make demigods drink the nectar. So he came, and when he came with Parvati, he went to the Lord's abode. Then Lord greeted him very nicely with all respect. But finally, when Lord Shiva expressed his desire to see the form, and when he saw, he also got bewildered. So you will see you will hear the entire pastime, the rest of the chapters. So this is also building a bridge to our today's discussion about Gītāmṛta. So Bhagavad Gita is the song sung by Krishna. What is this song? This song is all about how a conditioned soul can attain the lotus feet of Lord Krishna. This is all about Bhagavad Gita. Krishna wants everybody in this world to attain to his lotus feet. But then question can be asked, well, in this world, not everybody is engaged in devotional service, right? When we say devotional service, you go to India, you find there are some temples, some mutts are there where sadhus and renunciants, they stay there and they are engaged in bhajan and they attain the lotus feet of the Lord. That is quite okay, we can understand that. What about those people who are karmis, who are engaged in different type of activities in this world just to satisfy their fruitive intentions, or even the jnanis who pursue the knowledge. So, and there are some yogis who practice Ashtanga Yoga. So, what about them? Therefore, in this Bhagavad Gita, even though Krishna has discussed about karma, he has discussed about jnana, he has discussed about yoga, but the culmination of all these processes is to attain a loving devotional service unto Krishna. But when we read this Bhagavad Gita, especially outsiders, those who are not devotee of Lord Krishna, they can see how through activities, by performing one's duty in this world, how can one attain the lotus feet of the Lord? Their concept have been very clearly described by Srila Prabhupada through his Bhaktivedanta purports. And especially devotees in ISKCON, they need to understand this philosophy very clearly. Therefore, we are saying this is called Gītāmṛta, the nectar of Gita. Even though somebody is performing karma, still through that karma, he can also attain the Lord. How does it happen? First 6 chapters discusses about Niskama Karma Yoga. So, if you read Prabhupada's purport, everywhere he is speaking about bhakti. Very interesting, right? If you read commentary by other people, they will be stressing a lot on karma, not on bhakti. But Srila Prabhupada, he has brought out bhakti in every purport. Why did he do that? Is it his concoction? No. He has followed Baldev Vidyabhushan. So the goal of first six chapter is and the Niskama Karma Yoga. He is explaining Niskama Karma Yoga process. Even in the middle six chapter, even the last six chapters, for example, middle six chapter, predominantly, bhakti have been discussed. But there is also discussion about Niskama Karma Yoga. Last six chapters, even the jnana which is conducive to bhakti is discussed, still there is also description about Niskama Karma Yoga. So therefore, we need to understand how one can perform one's activity in this world. At the same time, he will attain devotional service unto Krishna. Krishna, he said, Sarva karmanyapi sada kurbana mad vipasraya. He is describing the signs of performing the duty, the activities in this world. What is saying? Sarva karmanyapi sada kurbana mad vipasraya. Mad vipasraya is very significant word in this verse. He is saying mad vipasraya means those who are engaged in activities, Sri Radha Madan Mahan ki, Sri Gaurnitai ki. So he is saying that Sarva Karmanya Pishada. Sarva Karma means there are Nitya Karma, Naimittika Karma, Kamya Karma, Vyavharika Karma, Nitya Karma. What is Nitya Karma? Those activities which are mentioned in the Vedic literature as a part of daily routine activity. Everybody has to perform Sandhya 3 times, morning, noon and evening time. In Veda it is explained about offering oblations to the forefathers. These are all daily routines. Okay? Then Nitya Karma. Naimittika Karma. When somebody passes away in the family, they perform Shraddha ceremony. Okay. Sometime during some auspicious days, people go to take a dip in the holy water. These are occasionally happening. The occasional activities. Naimittika Karma. Then Kamya Karma. Some people, they are inspired by the fruity desires. They undertake certain rituals that are mentioned in the Vedas. For example, somebody who is desirous of begetting a son, putrashti yajna, he has to perform. This person has to follow the scripture to perform this putrashti yajna. Then he can beget a child. This is kamya karma. Somebody who wants to become a landlord, he wants to become a landlord. That's his desire, kamana. What do you do? There is mention about how in a certain time somebody has to bring a white goat, Shweta Chaga, and sacrifice this white god in front of Vayu Devata, wind god. Then he can become a landlord. So these descriptions are there in the Veda. So people who are inspired by their fruitive intentions, they undertake such kind of rituals. So that is called Kamya Karma and Vyavaharika Karma. Just like you are a computer engineer, or you are a construction worker, just going and working, right, to maintain your family. So Krishna is saying, Sarva karmanya pisada kurbana madhyapasraya. We cannot avoid working. Even in the third chapter, Krishna says, Nahi kaschit kshanamapi jatu tishtatya karmakrit. Not even for a single moment, one can remain without working. Every time, always, we are engaged in some type of activity. Therefore, he is saying, whether it is whatever activity one undertakes, he is saying, Sarva karmanna pisada, when one is engaged in all kinds of activities, he is saying, my pure devotee under my protection, madhyapasraya. Prabhupada translate this as under my protection. How can somebody gain Krishna's protection? Means this is the crack we need to understand. For example, in this world, we can take an example. You are working under somebody. That means you know that for your maintenance, this person is actually the goal for you. You don't go to anybody else, right? Every day he wakes up in the morning, by 9 o'clock or 8 o'clock, he is ready and goes to the office, working under the same person, right? Because this person is maintaining him. Every month, at the end of the month, he is giving him a salary. He is going to the market, buying provisions, taking care of his family members. So, he knows that this person is actually maintaining me. That person is the goal for him. Similarly, when people are engaged in all type of activities, they should know that Krishna is their goal. He is the only shelter. That means Krishna is the only worthy of shelter. He is not thinking of any other demigod, any other person in this world. Then you can ask the question that how it is possible that he is working under a company and how can he take shelter of somebody else? So here, Srila Prabhupada is making the commentary. He is saying, he is always 24 hours a day, 100% engaged in activities under the direction of the Supreme Lord. To a devotee who is thus engaged in Krishna consciousness, the Lord is very, very kind in spite of all difficulties. He is eventually placed in the transcendental abode or Krishna Loka. So 24 hours a day, 100% engaged in activities under the direction of the Supreme Lord. We need to understand this actually. Right? Somebody, for example, somebody is a construction worker. How does this apply to him? 24 hours and 100% he is acting under the direction of the Lord. Elsewhere, Prabhupada says that this construction is like an ugra karma, right? So how to connect here? How to build the link? People are working. Devotees are also working, right? So how to understand this? That he is 100% under the center of the Supreme Lord, and by thus working, he will attain the lotus feet of the Lord. So Krishna, in the next verse, he says, Chetasa sarva karmani mai sanyasi matpara buddhi yogam pasyatya machitta satam bhava. Chetasa sarva karmani. Again he is saying, while in all the activities, just depend on me. This is the understanding. Because this verse is coming after the previous one, the Madhyapasraya. So Prabhupada translated it as, in all activities just depend on me and work always under my protection. Depending on Krishna, when somebody is acting, whatever activity he is doing, how he can depend on Krishna? Nowadays people are not engaged in even Vaidika karma, right? How many people are doing daily rituals like morning time, noon time, evening time? They have to perform their Sandhya Vandan. Even those who are born in the Brahmana family, we see they also don't do this. They don't practice, right? Then who is doing this? Almost nobody is doing. Everybody is working under the impression of Maya. Maya. Maya Maya Jagat. This world is the deluding potency of the Supreme Lord. For who? Those who take this as it is meant for their enjoyment. So when people are just simply busy earning to fill their belly or to fill the belly of their dependent one, then how they can depend on Krishna? Right? So Prabhupada is speaking to the devotees that look, if you have taken up Krishna consciousness, you should know in all your activities how you should depend on Krishna. Because if you are a grahastha, you have to maintain your family. You have to feed your baby. You have to send your child to the school. You need to have a good house. Right? These are basic necessities. And you have to work. So when you are working, like Arjuna was fighting, right? Arjuna was fighting. He was clear. Finally, when Krishna explained to him, he said, okay, Karishya Vachanam to. Initially, Krishna declined to fight. I cannot fight against my family members, my guru. But then, when Krishna convinced him, he said, all right, I will do it. Karishya Vachanam tava. So, activity cannot be avoided. Now, when we are working in an office, most of the people are either working in the field or working in the office nowadays. Factories. How to depend on Krishna? Prabhupada, he has given a very clear-cut explanation. While engaged in all types of activity, we can still remain dependent on Krishna. Prabhupada is saying, the Sanskrit word matparaha is very important in this verse. It indicates that one has no goal in life save and except acting in Krishna consciousness just to satisfy Krishna. And while working in that way, one should think of Krishna only. Now you listen. What he means by saying just depend on Krishna. Prabhupada is saying, I have been appointed to discharge this particular duty by Krishna. While acting in such a way, one naturally has to think of Krishna. See, we cannot avoid working, whatever your occupation may be. Prabhupada is saying, I have been appointed to discharge this particular duty by Krishna. What does it mean? We need to unpack this actually. Means, a devotee, he knows very well, even though I am going to the office or I am working in the field, I am working in the factory, I am not the maintainer of my family members. A devotee understands this. This is the meaning of I have been appointed to discharge this particular duty by Krishna. He knows Krishna is the maintainer. and I am maintaining my wife, children, my father, mother, who are sent to me by Krishna. So I am taking care of them on Krishna's behalf. On behalf of Krishna, I am doing this. Understand? Krishna is actually maintainer. How to understand this? I don't know in this country you have or not. In India, we have. And sometimes big people who are, like they have a lot of money, they appoint some servant in their house. The servant is bringing the child to the school. He is driving in the car. What he is doing? He is bringing the child to the school, right? Does he think that I am bringing the child to the school? He knows on behalf of my boss, he has asked me to do this. That's why I am bringing the child to the school. Right? He is doing everything on the boss' behalf. Whatever boss has told him. Actually, child is not his child, boss child. His boss's child. Just one example. Right? He is feeding the baby. On behalf of the madam, he is feeding the baby. Not that is his baby and he is taking care of the baby. No. Everything is provided to him. Right? Car is provided to drive. Food is given to feed the baby. So similarly, Krishna is the maintainer. He is giving everything. Sometimes we see a person who is thinking he is doing everything to maintain his family, all of a sudden he leaves his body. Or his body becomes paralyzed. He cannot do anything for the family. Somehow or other, everybody is according to their karma, are engaged and getting their livelihood. Arrangement is already there. But unnecessarily, people think, oh, I am the doer. I am the controller. I am maintaining everybody. So therefore, when somebody, even though engaged in all types of activities, whatever he earns, he knows that, oh, by Krishna's mercy, I have been appointed. Krishna has appointed me to do this work. That means on Krishna's behalf, I need to maintain the family. That means what he will do? Such a person, he will never become overly greedy. Who can attain perfection in bhakti? Who can attain perfection in executing devotional service? Nati sakta no nirvinna bhakti yogasya siddhida. Bhagavatam says. Jadrichaya mat katharu jata saddhasya sevane. Jadrichaya. By some good fortune, if one attains taste for hearing and chanting the name and glories of the personality of Godhead, that is one thing. And the other two things he is saying, Nati sakta no nirvinna. He is not very much renounced. He is not too much renounced. And he is not too much attached also. He is in the middle. He is not following Phalgu Vairagya, Markuta Vairagya. He is following Yukta Vairagya. That's why not nirvinna, not too much detached, and nati sakta, not too much attached also. Attachment has to be there. For example, we have this body, right? Everybody has some attachment to the body. That's why he is, feeding the body. He is taking bath. He is, when it is cold, putting a jacket to the body. But it is not overly attached. Those who are overly attached, every day going to the supermarket to buy something for this body. That is overly attachment. That is the sign of overly attachment. So he is not too much attached. He knows that I have to maintain this body. Why? Nideham adyam sulabam sudallabam plabam sukalpam guru karna dharam. This body is like a boat. With the help of this body, I can cross this ocean of science, material existence. Therefore, I need to maintain this boat. Elsewhere, Krishna says, Jantra Rodhani Maya. This is a machine. So this machine has to be kept fit. Then, with the help of this machine, we can transcend this world. So therefore, a devotee understands this, he is not overly attached. As long as he can maintain it, to use it in Krishna's service, he is okay. Neither he is too attached to his children, family members, because he knows these are all temporary relationships. Sometimes what happens? According to the degree of one's attachment, one finds his affection to the entity who he is very much attached to. Maybe somebody is attached to his wife or his children. You can find that to that degree they will have that affection for them. That's a bandhana. That's a tie. No. In this lifetime, this baby has taken birth from him. He is thinking he is my son. How many lifetimes you have been giving birth to so many different kind of entities. What is so great about this time this baby has been born to you? So he understands very clearly, okay, this is Krishna's arrangement. Now I am this position, I have to maintain them. Not overly attached. I have to perform my duty in a Krishna conscious way. And then when he performs this service in that way, his very activity actually becomes Niskama Karma Yoga. How to understand this? In Gopal Tapani Upanishad it is explained, Bhakti Asya Bhajanam Tad Iha Mutra Upadhina Irashyena Amusmin Mana Kalpanam. Means, Bhakti means devotional service unto Krishna. That is called Bhakti. Like Sravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam, Archanam, Bandhanam, Dasam, Sakma. That is direct devotional service. One time you come, you are chanting, that is pure devotional service. Nothing is mixed there. Okay? Bhakti Rasya Bhajanam. But after Mangalarti, I have to go to work or I have to go to field, right? To office or field. So that time he is saying, Iha Mutra Upadhi Nairasya Namusmin Manakalpana. This is what it is. He is not thinking to gain happiness in this world or even in the heavenly planets. He is simply doing something so that he can engage in Krishna service. Very clear. That means, according to Baldev Vidyabhushan and Bhaktivinoda Thakur also, Bhaktivinoda Thakur, he says that our devotees need to be predominantly engaged in devotional service unto Krishna. Either Niskama Karma Yoga or direct devotional service. Niskama Karma Yoga means, at least when the Prabhupada is saying, I have been appointed to discharge this particular duty by Krishna. Means, Krishna is the maintainer, I am taking care of my family members on Krishna's behalf, and he is not very much attached to them, neither he is very much detached, and he is taking care of his sadhana perfectly. Morning time coming to Mangalarti, chanting his rounds, reading Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam. In this way, he attains perfection in his life. So we are not fanatic people that we become devotee means we stop everything. This is the essence of Bhagavad Gita. What is the mood one need to cultivate? How he should, accept things in this world so that it is not going to become a hindrance in the practice of Krishna consciousness. That is the essence of Bhagavad Gita. That is the Amrita. That Amrita, once you accept, then you become immortal. Means You never die. Even though in this world we are engaged in activities, but that activity is not binding him. That's why he become immortal. Means here he is serving Krishna. After leaving body, in the spiritual world also he is serving Krishna. Did he die? He didn't die. He just changed his body. And serving here, serving there. Amrita. This is the art we need to learn from Bhagavad Gita. So, may Krishna bless all of us so that we can have this mood and remain engaged in his service to make our human life successful. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. Srila Prabhupada ki, Samvita Bhakta-vrinda ki, Sai Gaura Premanande Hari. Any question or comment you have? 3-4 minutes there. Yes.
Yeah, I would have a question. Thank you so much for your wonderful class. To the topic or relating to the topic, sometimes it is difficult for us to, we understand what we should do, see ourselves as the servant of Krishna.
Yeah.
And we are not the body, we are eternal soul, eternal servant. But although we know this, but during our time of service, sometimes our mind, our consciousness is still polluted, and we think in something else, like we are the doer, we are the makers.
We forget.
We forget, yeah. So in the temple, temple devotees, it is more easy. We more often come back to the point, it's about Krishna, I have to chant, I have to see myself as the servant, not as the master. But especially for Grihastha, sometimes I had a time before I went to temple also, then you have to do all this, what you described, all these duties, maintaining family, going work, or earning money, and so on. And then sometimes the period of time until you can reconnect again towards Krishna and think, it is about the japa, it's about my relationship to Krishna, it's about my position as an eternal servant of Krishna. Then it comes back, sometimes just in a period of time that is long enough to go on, in a little valley in consciousness, or we see ourselves a little bit dried out, or we are faced with all these difficulties, distressments. This Kali Yoga makes so many things so complicated, and then we lose our connection. How we can? My question is how we can come to a point where we, even through all these distresses, all these disturbances that the mind may create, how can we stay fixed in this vision, in this point of, or state of consciousness that you was describing? How can we stay fixed, although there are all these disturbances or all these impediments? And
Thank you for asking such a wonderful question. Actually, these questions are already asked. Whatever question we may have, these questions are already discussed, have been discussed. King Nimi, he asked Navajogendra this question actually. And what was the answer? The answer was, one should hear, glorify, and meditate upon the wonderful transcendental activities of the Lord. First answer he gave. He said, yes, it so happened that even though we hear what we're supposed to do, but next moment we forget. And we fail to execute and act according to what we have heard. So what should we do? Then Prabhupada, he is replying to this question. He said, one should hear, glorify, and meditate upon the wonderful transcendental activities of the Lord. One should specifically become absorbed in the appearance, activities, qualities, and holy names of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Thus, inspired, one should perform all of one's daily activities as an offering to the Lord. What is happening? See, this is how we need to understand the scientific basis of ISKCON. So, Prabhupada, the way established this society is very, very pertinent for this current age. You don't have to think of anything, Prabhu. Every day you prepare yourself while going to bed that tomorrow I have to go to Mangalarti. Make your preparation before you go to bed actually. Mangalarti is starting not that when you come before the Lord, Pujari starts, blowing the console, opens the curtain, rings the bell, and he's just moving round and round the dhupa and pradeepa. No, that is not Mangalarti. Your Mangalarti starts from the day before when you are going to bed. Why did I say that? Because Yajna, for example, it is explained in the Shastra. Yajna means what? What is the part of Yajna? This is also a Yajna, right? Attending Mangalarti is also part of Yajna. So what is Yajna? It is explained that the man, when he is going to market to buy the ingredient, is procuring the ingredient for Yajna. Yajna means the day the Pandit comes, he is having a klein kunda, all the ingredients there, chanting mantra, swaha, swaha. People think this is Yajna. No, Yajna means the day he is making the preparation and going to the market to procure the ingredients. That is also part of Yajna. Similarly, you are coming to Mangalarti tomorrow, you're going to come tomorrow morning, but you are preparing from tonight. You know that I need to go to bed early so that I can wake up early. I don't eat something very heavy so that my body will become so heavy, it will object to wake up early in the morning. So that preparation is also a part of Mangalarti. And then you come to Mangalarti. That's what Prabhupada is saying. Every day come for Mangalarti. Every day you should chant. Every day you must read Bhagavatam. So these are the regular activity one should hear, glorify, and meditate upon the wonderful transcendental activities of the Supreme Lord. Absorb in the appearance, activities, qualities of the holy name. For example, Janmashtami is coming. Now you are preparing, meditating. Already meditation is going on. This so many devotees will come. This is how we will conduct the festival. These are the activities will happen. This is the topic we will discuss in Janmashtami day. Right? Already happening. And holy name, for example. Srila Jiva Goswami has given very wonderful explanation about the meditation on the holy name. He has given, sometimes people they don't know what is this. Some people say, now, oh, you are repeating same mantra, Hare Krishna every day. What is this? Same word. This is not same word. Jiva Goswami given a lot of explanation about meditation on the holy name. So, chanting, these are all kind of, the qualities of the Lord. Activities. You are absorbed in meditation. So, we will continue our sadhana on regular basis like this. And as we said that I have been appointed to discharge this particular duty and Krishna has appointed me in this activity, then you understand you are not the maintainer, he is the maintainer. With this consciousness, if you keep on, sometimes you forget. But Krishna, he sees your sincerity. And what happened? This Chetana, our consciousness, initially it is kind of polluted. It is identifying with the matter. But after some time, you will see, because these sadhana practice, for example, chanting of Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, reading Bhagavatam, these are not the sound vibration of this material world, Prabhu. Golokero Pramadhana Harinama Sankirtana. This Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, somebody said, oh, you are chanting Hare Krishna, Hare. Looks like there are this Hare, this sound, part of this material creation. This is not part of the material creation. Try to understand this. It is being transmitted from the Goloka Vrindavan. Just like you are sitting here, some transmission of the message happening from Bombay, India, or from London. You are able to get that message here, right? Similarly, this message is being transmitted from there. When you practice this sadhana bhakti, after some time, when your yantra becomes purified, then you are able to catch that transmission. And that time you will be totally oblivious to what is happening in this world, material world, in terms of material connection. Thabara jangama dekhe na dekhe tar murti sarvatra hoy nija ishtadeva spurti. He sees everything around him material. No. Whatever he sees, Thavar Janga, moving, non-moving entities, whatever he sees, in every object, he is able to see his Ishtadeva, his worshipable Lord. So that situation will come. This is the process you have to continue. There is no other way. Rupa Goswami, he has given this. Our Bhaktivinoda Thakur, he was a grahastha, he attained perfection. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, he was a grahastha, he attained perfection. It worked for them, it will work for us also. So we don't have to think of any other alternate solution. Solution is already there, we are already practicing, just we have to remain faithful to the practice. That's it. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki, Samavita Bhaktavinda ki, Jai Guru Premanande.
His Grace Padmanayana.
Valentina left. She's very busy. Valentina.